everyone, welcome back to another video. I hope you guys have all been doing well. Anything you want to say?
Yeah, we're back.
Yes, that's right, we are back. So guys, welcome back. It's been a hectic, last few months, I think for me anyway, because obviously end of the year, Christmas, New Year's, and I hope you guys have all been having, a lovely end of the year and a new year as well. With this new year, we're going to be doing, something different. We want to be trying some new things. As we said in the last video, we want to try and branch out and try different things. Alright guys, so as we all know, this is Heart to Heart, where we talk about all things health, healing and well-being. And today we have a theme, and this theme is the theme that we want to be running for the whole year basically. So the theme for the year is quality over quantity. And this theme, we're gonna define what each thing means, and we just want to discuss it and go through some questions as well. We want to be able to produce quality in all aspects of our lives. So quality in our careers, quality in our health, quality in our friendships, our relationships, and because I realized last year we can do so much but yet still get nowhere in life, and if we don't focus, if we don't actually begin to think about the amount of quality that we're actually implementing or what we're actually putting into the work, we will just keep running and we're not getting anywhere. So yeah, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, really, like the friendship part of things that you said, it's something I can point out to kind of explain that.
Yeah.
You can have, the way I look at it is, you can have a lot of friends, but none of them really are close to your heart. If any of them, like, there's a saying that goes, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Basically, if you have all these friends that are not really, you don't say my best friend or my closest friend, you just say I have friends, it's a bit big, but the way that I look at it is I have a circle, a small circle that is like family, and then I have another circle that is like close friends, and then after that I don't have another circle. Anyone else that comes is just, I know you, but you're not a friend. I kind of know you, but you're not really close to me. So quality is the closest one to you. There's no point of having a big circle where everyone is in it, because you don't really know which one.
Yeah, that's good. So I actually thought about it as like, what is the quality of your friendships, even with all the people you have around you? Are they actually quality friends, or are they just people or friends that you have around you? But anyway, so guys, before we continue on, I just want us to define each of them, and then we'll discuss it a bit, and then we'll go on to the questions. Okay? So quality is defined as the standard of something as measured against another thing of a similar kind. So the degree of excellence of something. Quantity stands for the amount or number of material or abstract thing, not usually estimated by measurements. So from like my understanding, I'm just going to paraphrase there, with the quality is like the degree of like excellence of something, and then with the quantity is basically like a measurement or an amount of something. That's just from my own understanding. What do you get from like those two?
I'm
gonna put it in your own words.
There's an area that maybe some of you might not have watched it, but for those that have watched it, SpongeBob SquarePants. It's an anime, it's a cartoon, but if you watch it, you look at Mr. Crab and what's his name, the villain in it. They both had a business where one is the Krabby Patty and one is the Chum Bucket. The Chum Bucket basically will produce so many burgers and so much, anything that you want, it will produce it like that with machines and all of that. But it doesn't taste good. Where the Krabby Patty, SpongeBob will make it with love, and he will take his time, and he gets so much customers because of the quality of it, because of how it tasted, because of everything that is put in it. Where the Plankton, I think its name is, he'll make as soon as he comes and you say you want 200 Chum Buckets, he will just make it like that with no love. So that's where I kind of look at it from.
Okay. So basically, the quality one was the one that was...
Yes, that everyone goes for
Yeah.
because of the quality that it produced.
Yeah.
But then the quantity, just because he made a lot when you wanted,
Yeah.
the taste and the care and everything wasn't really there.
Yeah. Okay, so basically, like you said, that's obviously one area. So I'd relate that to like the business side of things. But like I said before, there's the health, the career side of things, there's family, there's relationship, there's friendship, and there's like even our spiritual walk as well. Like, what kind of quality are we actually implementing into each of these areas to assure that, you know, good results are produced out of it? What quality are we actually implementing, you know? In 1 Corinthians chapter 3 verse 12 to 13, it says, if anyone builds on this foundation using gold, silver, costly stones, wood, hay, or straw, their work will be shown for what it is, because the day will bring it to light, and it will be revealed with fire, and the fire will test the quality of each person's work. So really, guys, it's like kind of like the foundation. It's like, what is the foundation of it? Is it a rocky foundation? Is it a foundation that is gonna stand strong whenever any fire comes, whenever any storms come, whenever any issues of life come? You know, the foundation that you started off with, was it quality? Was it good quality in the first place? So yeah, I just wanted to add that in there, and then I want us obviously to go through some questions as well, so that we can kind of dive a bit deeper into this topic. So yeah,
I'll add one other scripture. It's similar to that as well, but just to add, it's in Matthew as well, 7. If you read from 24 to 27, it kind of explains it, and that kind of gives image of what you basically read there. Imagine if someone came to you with and tells you to build a house with gold, but not silver, not bronze, not all this other stuff, but with gold. But then you look at it and you're like, oh, I want to build it quick and I want to do as fast as I can, and then you build it with straw or with this and that will get you the result quicker and as many as you want. And that scripture that I just quoted out, if you read it, it talks about if this instruction that I'm giving you, if you listen to it, it will be like a wise man building his house on a rocky ground, where wind, wave, and everything will come and try to hit it and knock it down, but it won't. But if you don't listen to it and you tend to do your own thing, where building with other things, it will be like a foolish man who builds his house on a sandy beach, where the wind and everything will come, and then it will just swap it away. So quality, sometimes it comes from the instruction that is given to you, and if you take it exactly like that and build it like that, the quality will show. But if you do your own thing, then quantity, because you want to do as fast and as what you want, the quantity of what you did is not really what is.
That actually reminded me of the 3 Little Pigs.
Yeah, I was going to say that about 3 Little Pigs.
And isn't that true though? Like, how many times do we actually listen, or how many times do we actually read the instructions? Whenever we buy like a new, you know, like product that we want to build, do we ever really read the instructions? Probably not. Probably not. But anyways, let's move on to the questions, guys, because we're talking a lot now at this point. So first question is, when it comes to quality and quantity, like, would you say that you're the type of person that would rather take your time and do it properly, or just work faster and get more done?
To be honest, to me, it depends what it is. I'm not gonna lie. With some things, I tend to just do it as fast as I can, and that comes to what I actually care about. If I don't really care about what I'm doing or what that situation that is giving me is, I'll just do it as fast as I can.
So what's an example of that?
An example is like, for example, if we West African care about our country food, let me put it that way, all right? If we go to an area that is like, oh, we're cooking Kawaja food or East African food or someone else's food, I don't really care. I'll just chop up that thing however that I can and just do whatever I can and be like, oh, here you go. I don't care how it turns out. But if it comes to our people food,
put in the effort.
We'll do exactly what is taught, and we'll put in the effort, and the quality of what is given will actually come out. But with other things that I don't really care about, I'll just do whatever I can to get it over.
And what's something that you think that you'd like, you know, spend time and really like think about when you're doing it, so that the quality comes out like
Or
really
like,
good,
for me, it's actually, I'll say, when I get asked to share the word of God sometimes, and I'll take my time
So
praying
scripture,
and to actually produce what God has actually given me. Or another example is like for soccer, when we have training, when you train more and you put your time into it, it will actually come out. So I'll put my time into that, and then on the field you can see the result. And also with the preaching, when you actually put your time and you give your time to God to actually build you up, when you're preaching the word, you can see the result. Then someone that just, oh yeah, when the time comes out, just, you know.
So it seems that like whatever you actually care about, you put in the effort and the time. So obviously when it comes to soccer, I know for sure that I will not be seeing you.
No.
Like,
no, this is my young one.
I'm just saying, like, as in, I won't be seeing you because you'll be gone. Like, you put in the time and the effort. So I guess it's really like, how much value do we actually place onto the things that are important in our lives? Because if we place that same value that we place on certain things, we would actually have more results, right? Better results.
But the thing about it as well is, you have a lot of things in your life that are in a circle. You have a lot of things. You can't put the same effort in all of it, or else you won't have enough to give to the other one. So you have to pick and choose where you put your energy and all of that.
But that's also another good one to discuss, because obviously now we have all these areas in our lives. Like we have our relationships, we have our careers, we have our families, we have our health to deal with. How do you even like put in the time for each and every single thing, like to make sure that you're producing quality, right? How do we do that kind of thing? Because from my perspective, so if I answer this question, I would say that I'm the type of person, yes, I'd like to think that I want to produce good quality. That's my intention and I want to do that. But most of the time, when I don't have time, I'll just be rushing it. And it ends up being more of like a quantity thing. And I'll kind of be like, oh, let's just get it done. But it's like, really, how much quality are you actually, do you know what I mean? Like, for example, let me give an example with like my health. You know, at the start of the year, I told myself, like, this is last year, I told myself, okay, I'm going to exercise, I'm going to do this and this and this. What happened? Barely even followed through. I barely did the running, the amount of running that I could do. And then when it comes to, I told myself, I'm going to read this many books in this year, or this month, I'm going to read one book at least. My books, I have not finished. So it's like, I read my book, I start my book, and I don't finish my book. So it's like, what value am I actually getting? Like, what value am I getting from not finishing up the things that I set myself off to do? Do you know what I mean?
The thing that sometimes I feel like you kind of beat yourself up with that one. The exercise, I'll say yes, because you really don't. But
I try my best.
Yeah, you try your best. It's not once a month, but the best. What I'm trying to say is with the other side of the book thing. The way that I look at it for this year that is just about to finish, I see that you are reading a lot and you do a lot, but measure that to last year, the years before. You didn't do anything, and this year you actually did. Even if it's 3 or 4 pages, like, it's better than the years from before. Next year you'll probably progress a bit more, but if you were just, you don't really, for example, you wake up today and you're like, oh, I'll read 20, 50 pages because I didn't read it a few months ago. Then you're not going to get anything out of it. But this year I've seen, if you're only going to read 4 books, you actually learn from it and you talk to me about it. So that's pretty alright.
So guys, so next question. So when it comes to, like, we're going to the career side of things now. So what brings you more joy? Like trying out different roles, or like sticking to the same role and working like your way up?
For me, if I love what I'm doing, I'm gonna stick to the same role and work my way up. But if I actually don't like it, it doesn't matter how much you're paying me. I'll just try to find what I like more. Because there's scenarios in my life before that I've got paid way more money, but I hated what I was doing, and I could work my way up. But it's just like working for money, and I don't like it. I come home angry, or I'm there, I don't enjoy myself. But then with what I tend to change to, I like what I'm doing, even though it's little. That's what I'm saying. Even though it's little at the start, if I like what I'm doing, I'll stay there and work my way up, type of thing. So
I think because obviously we've discussed this topic before, and I feel like we all have different views. Like some people would rather, like, you know, work their way up, stay in the one thing, work their way up, but others would branch off and do different things. And one thing that I've come to realize is that sometimes we think that one is better than the other, and we try to force one aspect. So, for example, in my mind, I'll be thinking, oh, actually, like you working your way up really does help you to get to where you want to, because then you got the experience. They're gonna like you more. They're gonna want to hire you more. Whereas other people who are branch off onto business side of things, they're trying all these different ventures, and they're actually, getting a lot more like experience. They're getting the quality. For example, the money sometimes, depending on the business, obviously, if you do well in it as well, the money that you're wanting to get out of it, they're getting more than what I'm thinking is the best way. So I feel like sometimes it really depends on the situation. It depends on like where you want to head. Obviously, like you said, if you don't love it, you're not even going to put in the amount of time and effort which is going to produce the quality that you want in the first place, right?
Yeah.
And I guess that matters more than anything else.
Yeah. For example, like for you guys as nurses, like you might like one area, and then you're like, oh, I'll work my way up here. But then there's other people that are like, oh, I actually want to learn other things. I want to branch off into different areas. I don't really like staying in one places. They will still get the exposure to all those other ones, which is beneficial for them. And then they might get more money or less money. But then when it comes to time that they actually, I believe that when it comes to time that they find one that they really like, unless they're not money hungry, if they branch off and go all around and find something, one area they really like, they tend to, even though they go here and here, they tend to be like, oh, I actually like that one, I'll rather do that. And so in a way, all of them, they might branch off, but in their heart, they will rather work one place that they actually like.
So I guess when it comes to now, when we're talking about the quality over quantity, that side of things, it's really more about following your heart, isn't it? When it comes to like the quality side of things. Like, I feel like follow your heart, but then also remember that it's your responsibility to put in that amount of effort and the time to be able to produce the quality that you're wanting in that aspect. Because I feel like some people go, oh, but I'm not sure, I don't like that thing, I don't really want to do it. And then they don't want to put in the time and the effort onto something else that they're actually interested in. And then it's like, where are you actually heading? Like, where's your life going? What are you doing with yourself kind of thing? You're not going to get anything out of life if you're not focused on something. You have to be focused on something. Alright, so next one, guys. Next question is more to do with like our health. I think we already discussed it a little bit before, but so with our health, how often are we willing to put in the time and the effort to like better our health, and how much like self-control do we have when it comes to like the things we put in our body, what we choose to eat, the time we choose to put into exercising, like all of that kind of thing. Like how much time and effort?
For me, I'm not gonna lie. You can say I'm pretty good because I play soccer, I do all these things. But for example, if I didn't like playing soccer, how much effort would I actually put in going to the gym or going to do this or playing soccer because I want it for my own health? So I'll take that exercise things out of it because I'm already good at it, but I'll put it to the food area. How much effort do I put in or eating fruits or eating veggies? Nah, don't fight me there. But at the same time, I don't really put in that, I'm gonna say I don't really put in that much effort. With the sports side of things, I play already, so that keeps me healthy. But healthy eating, I don't. But at the same time, you cook healthy stuff a lot at home, so that helps as well. But I think that's something I need to kind of wake up in, to choose that, oh, I want to do this, not because I know you're going to cook it. But I'll say I'm not really good in that area for making my own choice. So,
no, definitely. I think I have pretty alright self-control when it comes to the things I put in my body. Like I'll try to think about it. I'll try to have like a balanced diet. But like I said before with my exercising, like it's really on and off. Like it's when
not
I can.
on.
It's actually
not
it's
on.
when I can. It's when I can. So
and that's once a month if I'm lucky. But
how about you answer your own questions and I answer mine? How about
you answer my one before, didn't you?
Anyways, guys, so basically our time is pretty much up. There's more to discuss. I think we're going to do like a part 2 of this, to be honest, because we want to kind of also like discuss a bit of like the financial side of things and like the relationship side of things. So like, I guess how much, if anything really, how much effort, how much time are we willing to put into basically all these areas of our lives? I hope you guys kind of get the message. Like we said, the theme for the year is quality over quantity. We want to be able to put in the time, the effort, and you know, like all that we can into these things so that we can produce the best results in in each of these areas.
And once again, this is Heart to Heart.
Yeah.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and go to Instagram and follow the Heart to Heart.
Yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.